What's going on YouTube? Going to be showing you today how to wrap a microcoil on a dripper. I've been seeing a lot of people trying to start their own builds, wanting to get into it, don't really know where to start. So that's what we're going to try and show you today. First off, you'll need a pair of tweezers. I like this style here. You can kind of see they got a flat tip. They're not just like your normal pinch style ones. Be using a 5/64 drill bit with a chuck. I like a chuck because it makes it real easy to grab a hold of, so that way the drill bit doesn't slip. Piece of 28 gauge Kanthal. Some little cutters. You can use fingernail clippers, scissors, anything like that you want to use. And we'll be building today on a Zenith double cross. First, what you want to do is get your 5/64 drill bit, your Kanthal. What I like to do is I will put the Kanthal over the chuck and kind of pinch it down, so that way it holds it real good. One of the things, the easiest thing that I've dealt with doing a microcoil is the tighter you wrap it, the better off your microcoil is going to be, the less you have to mess with it. So as you go to wrap it, we'll basically pull it under, and I cut a little bit more than what I need to, solely so I can get a good grip of it. And what I usually do is, as I'm wrapping it, most people, they just wrap. I will angle it back some, so that way the Kanthal gets pulled together as tight as possible. I'll try to do it as slow as I can. We'll do a 6 wrap. Should come out to a 1 ohm. And as you can see, I kind of pull it at a back angle just a wee touch to get it to be as tight as possible. And this is not, I haven't heated this Kanthal or anything like that, just so mainly I can show you that you don't have to heat it up to wrap a good tight microcoil. You can see here, and it's pretty nice little tight wrap. What I'll usually do is, when I'm doing it on a dripper, I will leave it on the drill bit, and then you've got, of course, all this excess. What I like to do is I will cut one peg longer than the other one. Just for me, for some reason, it seems to be easier to get it in the post. But as you play around and make your own, you'll figure out what works best for you. So we'll undo these posts. The one thing I really like about the Zenith double cross is the post openings are huge. They're slits instead of being like standard holes, which I know a lot of clone drippers, the holes are really janky, in my opinion. The holes are never drilled perfect. Sometimes you got to go back and drill over them to get them to be good. Once you get it all together, so if I can get this stupid thing to focus, you just pull your drill bit out, and then I'll usually go back, trim off my ends. And you can do this on a mech mod or whatever. If you're doing it on a mech mod, I would definitely suggest don't use a fresh battery, because if you use a fresh battery, the second you hit the button, it's going to light up very quickly. So you just want to pulse it. Just bump it real quick, and the coils will light up. You'll be able to see. You can see how it doesn't light up even right off the rip. So what we're going to do is come in with the tweezers and heat it up real quick, and then just pinch it. Heat it up, pinch it. The one thing that I've learned from doing them is if you wrap your coil from the get-go from the start, if you wrap your coil as tight as possible, there's less messing with it in the end. If it's not a real tight wrap, whenever you put it on the drill bit, you're going to run into issues with one side heating more than the other. But it just takes some practice. Like I said, the tighter you can wrap it, the better off you're going to be in the long run when it comes to actually putting it on the dripper. As you can see, I just pinched this one a couple times, and it pretty much heats from the inside out, which is exactly what you want. You don't want it to heat from one side to the other. You want it to heat directly from the inside out. We'll go ahead and throw some cotton in this. That's it. This could easily be a dual coil build. I'm just throwing it together real quick just to get a build out so you can see exactly how I do it. 6 wrap on a 5/64 drill bit is going to be 1 ohm almost every single time. So usually on a lot of drippers, if I do just a basic dual coil, I'll do 2 5/64 wraps and give you a 0.5 ohm build, which is pretty decent for anybody. This is usually how I wick mine. I call it just a fluff. I mean, it's not really tightly pulled or anything like that. And then what I'll do is I will dab some pone hammer on it. Usually I do just a few drops just to get the cotton to soak up pretty well. You don't want to oversaturate because you're just going to get juice everywhere, and that just becomes a nightmare. Biggest thing I can say is you can wick the dripper however you feel necessary. As you play around dripping, you'll find out that different ways of wicking will produce more vapor, produce more throat hit. Majority of the time, I will just do it just like this. I will have a little end out here that I'll tuck under. This side over here, I'll tuck it under, but I cut it a little long so that way it fills almost the whole deck. So that way I have a decent amount of cotton to soak up some juice. Once you get it all tucked in and neat, you want to make sure now you get your cotton really nice and saturated, because you don't want to dry fire the cotton because that makes for a very bad time and it tastes like crap. So let's go ahead and grab my drip tip. Go and try this out. This is on my hanamod. Right now it's at 12. What am I at? 13 watts. It's like right at 0.9 ohm. This thing reads a little low for some reason. I don't know why. Probably because it's from China. Unlikely. Go ahead and try her out here. Tastes pretty well. Just, basic single coil, nothing extreme, no clouds, just some good flavor. Like I say, it's a very basic build. I just wanted to throw a video together real quick, try to help out any new people. I see new people all the time joining in on the high vapors. If you ever have any questions, our store is located in Chillicothe. We do builds all the time for people. You can swing in, ask us any questions, or just hit me up, shoot me a message on Facebook. If you want to see any other builds, I'll do anything, twisted builds or parallel builds or whatever, show you how to build anything. But as far as that goes, I'm Aaron from the Daily Vapor. Y'all have a good one. Vape on.